everyone, Joe here with the Idaho Prepper channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at my 48-hour winter scouting and survival pack out. Let's check it out. So the idea behind this pack out system was that I wanted to take a weekend and explore some terrain close to where I live for potential bug out locations and hunting territories, as well as I wanted to test out some new equipment that I've added to my pack. So I knew that this system was going to have to cover as many of the basic facets of survival and exploration as possible, and at the same time I didn't want to create an absolute boulder on my back. So I will say laying out all your gear this way when putting together a pack out system is not only a lot of fun to do, but extremely helpful for developing your pack out strategy. Mainly because it provides a bird's eye view of your supplies, allowing you to clearly assess and determine exactly what you're going to need and not need. So I highly recommend to those of you who are putting together any kind of pack out system that you lay out all your gear like this first, and really spend a long time looking at each piece and scrutinizing it to determine how necessary it is for your plan. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we'll start off with the backpack. This is an Everlystock Fact Track. This is my main bag that I actually use as my bug out bag, but because it's my only bag, I pretty much have to reconfigure it every time I want to use it for camping or hunting or something. So unfortunately, I just got the one bag I'm going to be working with, and I just have to make sure that every time I take it out that I basically reconfigure it back to my bug out bag, since it is my primary bug out bag. But one of the main reasons why I like this bag is that it has the ability to put a rifle on the side, so I can put the butt of my rifle stock in here and then strap it down on the side right here. So that's one of the main features why I like about this bag, and why I usually use it as my hunting bag and survival bag. On the front, as you can see, it has plenty of MOLLE webbing, and that allows me to attach different accessories. I have this basic pouch right here, which basically just acts as an admin pouch. And then this pouch here, which I just keep miscellaneous items. I have done reviews on this backpack, which I'll make sure to leave links in the video. You can check it out. One of the other main features I like about this bag is that it has the zippers in the front, which allows you to open the front here and access all of your gear without having to dump it all out or have to sift through it from like the top. All right, on the front of this pack, it's fully adjustable for the size and width or the length of your torso. It's got plenty of padding, which is aerated. It allows you to breathe when you're hiking for long distances. It's very comfortable. It's got this big heavy-duty Lombard pad right here. And as you can see, there's still plenty of MOLLE webbing all around the waist belt here. It allows you to attach a holster or other accessories. And on the straps, there are 2 D-rings, and I usually just hang my flashlight or a radio off these D-rings. On the bottom of the pack here, there's actually, you can unzip this, and there is essentially a rain fly. So if it starts raining, you can throw this over your bag and it'll keep everything nice and dry. Okay, so moving on, this is the Winex chest pack. So this works in conjunction with this bag for this system. Basically what I keep in here are my essential items that I would want to access while I'm on foot and I don't want to stop and have to like pull them out from my backpack. So what I keep in here are things like navigation supplies, compass, map, my multi-tool. I also keep my EDC pistol along with a couple extra magazines. So this is a really nice kit. Okay, so this essentially represents my EDC and communication part of my survival kit. So working from the left to the right here, we have an extra pair of reading glasses. I have my EDC pistol, which is a Smith & Wesson Shield chambered in 9mm. I have 2 extra magazines. I have a Streamlight Polytac flashlight. I have a Casio G-Shock watch. I have an Ontario rat knife folder knife. This is a Gerber multi-tool. This is my iPhone 14 Pro Max. The reason why this is part of this system is because it carries all of my navigational apps on here, such as Onyx. I keep a spare battery for that phone. And then I have a Baofeng UV5R with an ABRI extended antenna. And I always keep an extra battery for the Baofeng radio. Okay, so moving forward, so all these supplies here pretty much represent my navigation, signaling, and admin. So I have a Right in the Rain pad with a pen. I have some binoculars. I have some marking tape. I have my headlamp. This is a Streamlight headlight. This is a map of my area. This is my phone with my Onyx app displaying the area in which I'm going to navigate. I have a signaling mirror, a compass, and 3 glow sticks for signaling. Okay, so this all represents my cooking and hydration. So I have 2 canteens full of water. Okay, and this canteen here is full of water, and it has this nesting cup here, and this I use primarily just for boiling water and making coffee and tea in here. This is my mess kit. This basically consists of a pan and a pot with a lid. And inside I keep a lot of oatmeals. There's hot chocolate, tea, coffee mix, and hydration powder. I also keep some spices in here. This is a spice blend, and this is just salt. I also keep a small sponge and some dishwashing liquid for washing the pots and pans after I've used them. All right, this is my MSR ceramic water filter, and this is my 40-ounce clean canteen. So these work together. So you put the filter on top, it screws on to the top of this canteen, and then this tube goes into your water source, and you can pump and extract the water, and it goes straight into your canteen, keeping it far away from any type of cross-contamination. So even though this is a bulky filter, I like it because it has a good, strong track record of keeping contaminants out. It also makes the water taste really good because of the ceramic filter. And this is my fire/cooking kit. So I have my fire starters in here. I have some waterproof matches, fire steel, and a lighter. And I also keep some eating utensils and a foldable stove that I can put my pots and pans on and cook right off of. Okay, so these are my primary cutting tools. So first up, I have the Rat 7 by Ontario Knife Company. And this is my primary knife for processing wood. The thing I like about this knife is even though it's really a really big knife, it's actually pretty lightweight because it has a very thin spine. But it's perfect for batoning wood and delimbing branches for when I'm building shelters. It comes with this sheath. Obviously this sheath has seen better days, but eventually someday I'll get a nice Kydex sheath. Here is the Azula 2 by EDC. This is just a perfect small knife. It's perfect for processing game and fine-tuning carving. It also has this hole in the sheath here. That way you can put a lanyard in here and wear it as a neck knife. It also has this clip here that allows you to wear it on your belt. I have a Smith's knife sharpener for keeping all of the knives sharp. And then of course I have the BUGOUT Laplander folding saw. This saw is perfect for processing firewood and for building shelters. Okay, so this represents my medical and first aid. So this here is just a compressed bandage if I have a major injury or puncture wound. This is just a basic first aid kit that I've added some stuff to. I ended up adding some hygiene related products like my toothbrush and some dental floss, toothpaste. I also have some aspirin in here. I have lots of Band-Aids and even some moleskin in this pack. Okay, so the rifle that I've incorporated into this system is the Ruger 1022. It's just a reliable rifle and it's perfect for procuring small game, which is what I plan on doing on this trip. This is a Bug Buster by UTG. It's a 9x32 scope and it's perfect for this rifle. In this pouch here, I just keep some basic cleaning supplies for this rifle. And then I keep 2 extra magazines. These are the 10-round rotary magazines. They are the standard magazines that come with the 1022. I usually keep these because they have the least amount of issues with feeding. And then I have 100 rounds of Winchester 22 long rifle. And I have an adjustable 2-point sling here. All right, now I have this small lightweight aluminum snow shovel. So this folds out and it extends. But this is just a critical piece of gear to have if you're going to do any type of camping in the snow. Okay, so moving on to the shelter system. Okay, first up I have the Thermarest Ridge Rest. This is just an extremely lightweight foam sleeping mat. I have a down whoopee and this thing keeps me extremely warm as a blanket. And then I have a large wool blanket. We all know what the benefits of wool are, but this will keep me really warm as well. And for my shelter system, I have a roll of bank line and a roll of microcord, basically for building my shelter and setting up my tarp. I have 6 lightweight aluminum stakes, and I have a large tarp for my shelter. So this is totally waterproof on the outside and is lined on the inside with Mylar. That way I can set it up in front of a fire and it will reflect the heat back onto me. And I have a small repair kit in case I get a hole in my tarp or in any of my clothes. And basically it just consists of some thread and a couple needles, as well as a vinyl repair kit. Okay, so this here represents all of my cold weather wardrobe accessories. So the first thing I have are some extreme cold mittens. So I wear these pretty much all the time when I'm not shooting or doing anything that requires a lot of functionality with my hands. These will just keep my hands extremely warm when it's cold outside. I also have a regular pair of cold weather tactical gloves. I have a shemagh. I have a poncho for keeping me dry if it starts to rain or snow. I have a fleece beanie to keep my head warm. I keep 2 extra pairs of socks. One are 100% wool and the other one is a wool blend. And then I have a full base layer. And I wear this all day and night. It just keeps me extra warm. Okay, and for my food, as you can see, I just have a variety of different things here. Also, it's all freeze dried or dried. That way I don't have to run the risk of any of the food freezing as a result of being wet. So the first meal I have is a ReadyWise lasagna and sausage. I have a Ready Hour homestyle potato soup. I have the Ready Hour mac and cheese. I have a Mountain House scrambled eggs. I had to put a little piece of tape there because a mouse got into it. I have the Mountain House beef stew. This is definitely one of my favorite meals that Mountain House makes. And I have a ReadyWise pasta Alfredo with chicken. I also keep some MRE products. So this is some crackers that are vacuum sealed, along with some peanut butter and jam. I also have an oatmeal cookie from an MRE. And then for snacks, I have 2 granola bars and then some of these caffeinated jelly beans. And in case I didn't mention it, I also have a lot of oatmeals and bouillon cubes and drink mixes in my mess kit. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I'm going to make sure to go ahead and leave links in the description as to where you can buy any of this gear that you see. Also, if you have any comments for me about what you would have done differently with this pack-out system, go ahead and let me know in the comments section. And also, if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And until the next one, stay prepared.